Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Coffee and a Card. So I am Holly with Handcrafted Blessings, and we are going to be making two projects today. So I've got two different Christmas cards that we're going to make, and let's see, get this started so I can chat with you guys as we go. So I know that some people are still looking for Christmas card ideas, and so I thought I would show you a couple of options for that today. So I'm actually just going to jump right in because we're going to do two different cards. We'll just get started. So we're going to start with Merry and Bright. Actually, I should say really quick before I jump in, I posted about this last night, but this just came in the mail. So this is the mini catalog for January to April, and you get some fun little teasers here of what's coming in the catalog. I'll also show you the back because it always gives you a little peek into some of the products that are coming up, because I'm not allowed to show you the inside yet. But also coming in January is Celebration, which is your opportunity to earn free products. So for every $50 you purchase, you can qualify for free products in this flyer. So both of those are going to be mailed to you. I am putting together mailing labels this week. So if you've ordered from me in the last 6 months, you'll automatically get a free catalog from me. And if not, you can either place an order this week or you can shoot me a message and we'll get you taken care of. If you don't already have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. So you'll end up getting both of these. And look at this. Look at those cards. I'm super excited about this paper, you guys. It's so cute. So that is what is coming soon. All right, so we're going to start our first card with Merry and Bright. Now, both of these cards that I'm showing here today were the November Christmas card kit of the month. So you've already seen the advertisements, but now I'm going to show you how to actually make the cards and give you all the measurements and stuff that you need for these cards. So the first one is this one, our Merry Christmas to you and yours, using the Merry and Bright dies and also the Christmas Tidings embossing folder here in the background, which I'll show you more closely in just a second. Okay, so we will start with, I just unpackaged a kit, so everything's already cut for me, but I'm going to go ahead and just walk you through all of the measurements and supplies that you'll need in case you want to make some more of these on your own. So we're going to start with a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 inch basic white. And I've used that Christmas Tidings embossing folder. So I'll kind of hold that up here. And you can see that there's different words and they go into all different directions. So if you think it looks upside down, just find a different word and it might be going the right direction, because they face all sorts of ways. The great thing about that is you can use this embossing folder this way, or you can use it this way. So either direction you want to have your card, it's going to work, which is super helpful. It makes an embossing folder like that a lot more versatile. Okay, so I am going to just tape it on the correct side of my card base. Okay, and so then what we're going to do is we are going to grab a piece of shaded spruce, and this is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and then a piece of the Merry, Bold, and Bright Designer Series paper. I love this paper, you guys, and not just for Christmas. The background patterns are so fun. They're just bright and fun colors, and they would make for some really cute birthday cards. So don't worry if you have extra of this paper when you're done with your Christmas cards, because just turn it over and you'll have some fabulous birthday cards ready to go. Just a few fuzzies on the edge of my paper. All right, so we will dimensionalize this. These dimensionals don't want to come off my sheet today. All right. So we got, take those off, and we will stick this up here a little bit towards the top of our card front. Okay. Now I'm going to pause here for a second so that I can do some stamping. So I've got my basic white insert measuring 3 3/4 by 5, and I just have a scrap of basic white. So let me see. Okay, I didn't place my stamps quite right. So I'm going to peel my stamps off. Make sure that they are going to fit on my scrap piece of paper. There we go. Now I'll block those again. Just need them closer together so they fit on my little scrap. And we'll stamp those in shaded spruce. And make sure I get a nice inking. Oh, I don't know if that Mary is inking up very well. Oh, there we go. I'm thinking I might need to re-ink my shaded spruce. I've been making a lot of cards this season with shaded spruce, so use that ink a lot. Okay, so then I'm also going to do to you and yours. And we're going to stick that in the middle of the insert. And I'm actually going to do it at an angle. Because let's be honest, sometimes it is just hard to stamp straight. And if you do it at an angle like this, it looks intentional, which in this case it actually was. But it means nobody's going to notice if my sentiment is a little bit wonky. Okay? So then we're going to take our snips and we are just going to fussy cut around this. I'm actually going to leave a white border, but you could cut right along the inking if you wanted to. Just kind of depends on the look that you're going for. So I'm just going to, oops, let me turn that over. There we go. And then I'll do the same thing here for Christmas. You could do this on your trimmer, especially if you had a larger piece of paper. With my paper being as small as it is, it would have been a little challenging to put on the trimmer and still be able to hold it in place. But this right here is my kind of fussy cutting because it's just straight line cutting. And that I can do. All right, so we've got our Merry Christmas. So then I've also got some die cuts here. I've got my Real Red, and this is from Shaded Spruce. Just kidding. Nested Essentials. This is Nested Essentials, and this Shaded Spruce one is from Stylish Shapes. Man, those are like tongue twisters to say. So we're just going to put some tape across the back here and add our Shaded Spruce banner on the back of our die cut. Okay, just like so. Ooh, that is not even. Let's just take that off and try again. Okay, I'm going to do that a different way. I'm going to refresh my adhesive, and I'm going to do this from the front. I think that'll make it easier for me to tell if I'm centered. There we go. Okay, so now I can take my Merry Christmas and I can add those to the die cut as well. So we'll put that here. Just that really fun traditional Christmas red and green here. We're going to dimensionalize this for our card front. And then we'll also have to add another Christmas light just to kind of accentuate, we got these Christmas lights here, but I think it'd be fun just to add another one to further accent our card. So we got our die cuts there. So then in the die set that goes with the Merry and Bright, the Merry and Bright dies, you can also cut out Christmas lights and toppers that match the paper here. So there's two different designs. Let me see. Let's see if I got it here. Okay, so in the Merry, Bold, and Bright paper, in addition to this light, oh, you can see it here, there's also this shape of Christmas light. Well, there's also a die that you can cut out this shape. So regardless of which one, you can actually die cut the same shape to match the designer series paper. So that's really fun. Okay, so let's put these together. So I'll just tape that topper on there. We'll turn this over and we'll dimensionalize this as well. Get a dimensional up there on the shaded spruce. So we can stick this in the middle of our card. And then I'm going to take a piece of the silver. This is from the silver and gold trim combo pack. And I'm using the silver here. And I'm going to tie a bow. Welcome everybody who's coming in. I'm just making a couple of Christmas cards today. These were featured in the November Christmas card kit. And I find that it's nice to have a video to show you guys how to make them. And also, if you didn't purchase the kit, this will give you all of the measurements you need in order to make these cards. Okay, so I will take a glue dot. So we'll stick our bow on the glue dot. Make sure that glue dot is going to stay hidden. And then I'll stick him on my light right there. And there we go. Oh wait, flip this over. Take our insert. And we'll add that right here. So you can fold this. I like to crease it with the bone folder to give a nice good fold. And there we have our first card using the Merry and Bright stamp set and dies. So Merry Christmas to you and yours. Okay, so then the second card I'm going to do, let me just move a couple things out of my way here. I'm going to feature the Night Divine stamp set, probably my favorite Christmas set that we had in the fall mini catalog. I just love the fonts here, especially the scripty fonts. Those are just my favorite. And I absolutely love this verse that says, "He shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace." I love that stamp so much. But today we're going to be using the Oh Holy Night stamp. And our card is this one right here. So it folds flat to go in an envelope. But when you open it, it creates a stand. So there we go. Oh, don't mind the post-it note on the back that has all my measurements on it. So I'm going to show you how to make this. And then inside here, you've got plenty of room to write your message right up here. Or you could always attach a piece of white to the back and you could write some more there as well. Okay, let's make this card. So we'll start with a piece of Night of Navy that measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then, let's see, the other two we're going to be working with here. We're going to do our basic white that has 4 by 5 1/4. And it's been embossed with the Snowflake Sky embossing folder. So if I bring this up here, let me show this up closer. it's been embossed and there are snowflakes all over it. And fuzzies too. Here, let's get the fuzzies off. There we go. So it's got snowflakes all over it. And then we're going to take a piece of basic white, 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, so 4 1/4 inch square right here. And what we're going to do on one side, any side because it's a square, you're going to score it at 1 5/8 and 3 1/4. So 1 5/8, 3 1/4. Okay. So then what we'll do, we'll first fold on that 1 5/8 line. We're just going to make a little burrito. Then we're going to fold with our 3 1/4 inch line. Okay, so I'm just making a little burrito. So we've got our piece right here, okay? Or maybe a gum wrapper, or I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but that's the direction you're going to fold, okay? So now we're going to open it back up, and I'm going to put tape on the 1 5/8 inch piece, the panel. And we are going to tape that panel to the back of our starry sky, of our snowflake sky. Okay, so I'm going to be folding this over on the back of my snowflake paper. Just trying to get it centered here. Okay. So it's taped down, and your other 2 flaps are right here. So once you've taped it down, you're going to have this little mountain peak sticking up. Okay, if your paper folds the other direction, no big deal. Just refold it. You don't have to untape it or anything. Just fold it the opposite direction so that you have a mountain left. Then we'll take this and we will adhere it to our card front. I always like to add some extra adhesive when I've used a 3D embossing folder. Give it a nice smooth adhesion. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to take a couple of pieces of cardstock here. We've got Night of Navy measuring 3 by 4 and basic white that's 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So 3 by 4 for the Night of Navy, 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 for the basic white. And the first thing we're going to do is we are going to wrap ribbon, which I don't have sitting here. There was no ribbon in this one, so let's see here. Give me just a second. All right, we're going to modify this really quick. I have some other extra kits sitting here, so I'm just going to steal the ribbon from one of them, and I will repay them later. Excuse me. Making myself laugh and choke all at the same time. Okay, so I'm just going to steal the ribbon out of that one. So I've got 2 pieces of ribbon, and the first one I am going to put towards the bottom of my Night of Navy piece. I only have about maybe 1/4 inch sticking out below my Night of Navy. Flip that over. And we'll just adhere this down. And then I'll take this whole thing and tape it down to that piece of basic white. Oop, let's get that adhesive out of our way. So we'll tape that whole thing down just like that. Now I'll bring back in my card front here, and I'm going to be taping this. This is the key part, because you don't want to tape on this whole entire thing right here, right? Move that glitter out of the way. We only want to tape on the bottom panel. So you've got this score line here, and we only want to tape on this bottom section, okay? So I'm just going to apply adhesive only to that bottom panel, because if I apply it here, I can't get it in the wrong spot on my layers right here, okay? So I'm going to turn this sideways so that I can line up this basic white with the bottom of my flap right here. I could also open the card this way so I don't have that white on white to mess me up. And I'm just going to line up the bottoms and the sides because they're the same width. So I'll just smooth that down. So now we have a card that folds flat, is a regular size, but we're going to be able to create that fun fold. Okay? All right, so next I have got the Nativity die cut using the distressed gold paper, and I've die cut that out. And I need to grab my mini dimensionals because they work a lot better on this die cut. See if I can get the first one. There we go. So we're just going to apply some mini dimensionals here. Kind of some random places. Make sure we get good coverage so that my die cut stays, you know, level. I don't want it to be dipping. I see a little piece that didn't quite get poked out, so use my take your pick tool. Cut that piece out right there. There we go. The take your pick tool is so handy for getting out the small little pieces that are in these die cuts. Oh my goodness. Somebody just said their furnace is not igniting and it's 23 degrees outside. Brr. That sounds terrible. The replay will be waiting for you when you have warmed up. Hopefully you'll get your furnace fixed. Winter has arrived for a lot of us in the Midwest. Okay, so I'm going to take my die cut and I'm going to put him here, just partly on the ribbon, mostly on the cardstock. Okay. Now I can take my second piece of ribbon and we're going to put it underneath. Oh, let me make sure I stay in camera here. We're going to stick it underneath here. And I'm just going to tie a little knot. And I'll just kind of finagle with it to get it neatly where I want it to be. There we go. Okay, so I'll trim these ends. So got a little bit more of that navy and gold glitter here on my card. Then we need to take one of the star trinkets and find the flap where it opens. And I'm going to put a star up here in the middle. There we go. Put that Star of Bethlehem there. Okay, now we need to add the piece that's going to hold up our whole easel. Okay, so we're going to take a die cut from the Nested Essentials dies, and I'm going to stamp it with Oh Holy Night. Oh, I just stuck my fingers in my Night of Navy ink. Thank goodness for black pants. Okay. Give me just a second. I'm trying to get a bunch of this ink off. There we go. Wowzers. I have it all over. Crafting. Crafting is great. I'll have fingers that are dyed blue for the next couple of days. Okay, so we'll stick Oh Holy Night here. There we go. And I will put some dimensionals. Go back to our regular dimensionals on that one. I always love to give a little pop-up to things when I can. You know, I like to say, when in doubt, dimensionalize. That's my theory. When in doubt, dimensionalize. So we'll take these off. And then what I want to do, I want to make sure that this die cut is not peeking out. So you see here my card folds flat to go into an envelope. I want to make sure that my die cut is not peeking out from underneath here, right? So it's going to sit like this, but I have to figure out how to get it in the right spot. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip it upside down up here at the top, just like it's going to be inside my card. I'm going to line it up about 1/8 of an inch down from the top of the paper here. Okay. Then we're going to close the card like that, turn it back over, and now I know that that die cut is going to be hidden because of how I placed it on my card. Okay, so now I can fold my card and have a cute little display piece for whoever I send this to. So let me pull it up, show you from the side here. There we go. And then, like I said, you can either write your message right here, or if you have a lot more that you need to say, you can always add a piece of basic white right back here and write your message on that as well. But there we go. So we've got that card. And then the first one, excuse me, in case you're coming in late and missed the first one, you'll want to go back and see the replay. This is the first card that we made. So just a couple of cute cards that you might be able to make for your Christmas cards this year. Or if you're already done with Christmas, just think of them as layout ideas for you to use. So, in the background, I know some of you guys have noticed, I mentioned the other day that I was sorting cardstock and things like that. I am setting up a little, like shopping area right here, full of all the retired stuff, kits, all sorts of things, because I'm having an open house next week and I want people to be able to come and shop retired product. So my whole studio is an overhaul. I keep calling it a hoarder's paradise because there's just stuff everywhere. But in the end, it's going to be great for you guys to be able to shop from both online and in person. So anyways, thanks so much for tuning in to Coffee and a Card. And don't forget to encourage one another and build each other up. I'll see you soon.